All right, let's talk about a huge, and I mean huge milestone in your financial journey that almost nobody talks about, the $50,000 mark. Seriously, understanding this one concept can completely change how you think about investing. So let's just dive right in.
Doesn't this just hit home? You're doing everything you're supposed to do. You're saving, you're investing, but the progress just feels, well, painfully slow. We're going to break down why that feeling is totally real, and more importantly, why it's all about to change.
Okay, so let's start with the part everyone knows, and let's be honest, kinda hates, the beginning. It feels like a massive uphill battle, because, well, it is.
Every single dollar feels like you had to fight for it. You check your account and the growth you're getting from the market is just a tiny little drop in the bucket compared to what you're putting in from your own pocket. It is so easy to feel like you're going nowhere fast and to just ask yourself, is this even worth it? But listen, this isn't just you, it's pretty much the universal experience of starting out. If you're nodding your head right now thinking, yep, that's me, then you are in exactly the right place. That feeling that your savings are single-handedly holding up your entire portfolio, that's completely normal. But what if I told you that's just phase one of a much, much bigger plan? And now we get to the fun part. The part where everything starts to shift. We're talking about the $50,000 turning point. You can think of it like finally reaching the summit of that long, hard hill you've been climbing.
So, the $50,000 velocity threshold. Sounds kind of technical, right? But it's not. It's really just a critical tipping point. This is the exact moment your money starts to make its own money in a way you can actually see and feel. You go from pure grind to this powerful, amazing momentum.
You know, the best way to picture this is to think about pushing a heavy boulder up a steep hill. At the very beginning, every single inch of progress comes directly from you, from your own sweat and effort.
This slide lays out the whole journey perfectly. So, step one, that's the uphill push, right? That's powered entirely by your contributions. Step two is when you crest the hill. You've hit that 50K threshold. And step three, this is where the magic happens. You give that boulder one last little nudge and compound growth just takes over. The boulder starts rolling, picking up speed all by itself. So let's really get into the how here. Because that downhill roll, it isn't just a nice feeling. It's a mathematical fact. This is the point where your portfolio literally starts to accelerate.
It's so easy to dismiss this as just some psychological boost, you know? But the numbers, they just don't lie. Once your portfolio gets to a certain size, the returns it generates are big enough to actually fuel future growth in a very, very real way.
And this timeline really shows that acceleration in action. So let's just say it takes you 19 months to invest your first $20,000. Well, as you can see, getting to the next $20,000 takes way less time. Why? Because that first chunk of money is now working for you 24/7, making its own returns. That's the boulder rolling downhill, and the time it takes to hit each new milestone just gets shorter and shorter and shorter.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. Why is this first 50 grand so incredibly important? It's because it fundamentally changes the entire reality of your wealth building journey. I mean, look at this. This is the before and after shot. Before you hit that threshold, your savings are the engine. You are doing all the work. But after you cross it, compounding becomes the engine. Your contributions are still super important, of course, but now you're just adding fuel to a fire that's already roaring on its own.
Hitting $50,000 is such a massive win. It's a huge psychological victory, for sure, but it's also that mathematical tipping point where your returns can actually start to compete with your contributions. This is the moment that compounding truly, truly ignites. The boulder is officially rolling downhill, and believe me, the ride is about to get a whole lot more exciting.
And that's it. That's the velocity threshold. It's not about getting rich overnight. It's about reaching that point where all your hard work gets amplified by the market. The hardest part of the entire journey is getting that boulder to the top of the hill. So, now that you know what's waiting for you on the other side, the only question left is, what's your plan to get there?